Speaking of large outdoor events, we are on the go with Joe this morning at Timberline Lodge, where teams of runners are gathering on Mount Hood for the return of Hood to Coast today.
Yeah, there are fewer runners than past years, and they will have to follow new safety guidelines, of course, because of the pandemic. But Joe V is live for us at Timberline to show us how this year's relay is all happening out there. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Well, good morning, guys, and I have to tell you, I've been covering Hood to Coast for well over a decade now. This is definitely the most unique setting I've seen so far. Obviously, a number of different protocols in place because of COVID-19. You'll notice everyone here is wearing a mask. Even, by the way, the runners that are lining up here at the front, you can see they've all got masks on. You're required to wear a mask when you leave for the relay, and then at all exchange points. Now, another difference you'll notice, first of all, we have fewer runners than in past years. There's about 15,000 total compared to about 18,000 in past years. A number of teams dropped out, that sort of thing. So fewer participants. And then smaller groups of runners. Normally, guys, you'd have, I don't know what, maybe 20, 30 runners leaving at a time here, packed in here. Now it's a maximum of 12. And usually the teams leave every 5 minutes. They're leaving every 15, or usually they leave every 15 minutes. They're leaving every 5 minutes over the course of 13 hours. So they're really spacing out the runners to avoid large groups congregating together. A number of other changes. There's no actual physical relays. Usually they have these wristbands. Those are gone. They'll basically do an air high five for a relay as they get there. They're going to count down now, and these runners are going to leave. Let's listen in here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And so these folks will begin their run here. And now when they get to Seaside, by the way, which of course will happen tomorrow, the teams will start arriving in Seaside. It'll also be a much, I guess, a calmer setting. Usually it's a great big party. There's a beer garden food. That's all out. They're not doing that this year. One thing that will be happening at the beach, though, is there will actually be free COVID vaccinations for people that haven't had one yet. So that's one thing, another way that the organizers are working to combat COVID-19 through this year's setting. Again, a very unique Hood to Coast from compared to past years. We'll be up here throughout the morning. We're going to talk with some of the participants and have a lot more from Timberline a little bit later in the show. Back to you.
Hey, Joe, before I let you go, we know Andy Carson is not running it this year. Is your wife running it this year?
She's not. Her company as well chose not to participate this year. There's a number of groups that just said, you know what, they didn't want to do it this year, and hers was one of them as well.
Boy, but you know what, even with the changes, so exciting. Nice to see, all of the people there excited and ready to take part, and I can't wait to check in with you again.
These people are having fun. I got to tell you, we've still got a party atmosphere here. It's just not as big of a crowd, but these people are ready to go.
Oh, it's so great, and this song will get you going first thing in the morning.
I know, exactly.